the experience is, from what I see, from what I hear, that the guys are seriously moving ahead. It's nice to see how this community of circular economy players is increasing. It's nice to see how more and more it's getting serious, how more and more it's connected also to the business sector. And it's nice to see that they are not also forgetting the policymakers. In my address, we are living in strange times, and it looks like that materials are becoming more and more important. In a way, if I would simplify, we are moving from the fossil economy more to the materials economy. And we should do everything that materials economy would not become the same kind of a problem as it is actually nowadays the fossil economy. So circularity, it's bringing common sense, not only to business but to the whole behavior, because circularity is actually the concept which is the oldest on the planet Earth. All nature is organized according to the principles of circularity, and the only question which you should ask is, are we humans also part of nature? And if we are part of nature, why we do not behave accordingly? So circular economy is common sense. In Europe, if we are serious about strategic autonomy and other things which we are putting on the top of political agenda, I think it's critical that we understand that we are a very vulnerable economy due to the fact that we have been and we still import a lot of energy, but in particular we import a lot of critical materials, which means that we have to deal with them in a responsible and precious way. And that's why circular economy is an instrument which should deliver decoupling of economic growth from resource use. It's so important. Circular economy, in short, it's a kind of economy which is consistent with sustainable development goals. Everything else would simply in the future not be advisable, because we are not currently heading in the right direction. Yeah, I was actually the guy who put circular economy in 2014 first on the political agenda of European Union. The concept is of course not new, but we are now a bit more than 10 years from that moment. It was a kind of strange moment at the beginning, because next Commission has removed that proposal from the agenda, but it was immediately brought back on the insistence of the business and industrial players, because they have already at that time very well understood that this is the direction to go. So community is growing. I was just last week in Brazil at World Circular Economy Forum. By the way, an impressive event. Very similar in essence concerning the topics, approach and so on, like the Circular Republic here. And I think that those events are simply strengthening the community, giving us a kind of solid confirmation that we are on the right way, that we are on the right side of the history, and that is what it all matters. I think that there are a few things which I would be proposing. Actually, with my co-chair in International Resource Panel, Isabella Teixeira, we have even launched a call to action. And since the Circular Economy Act, it's also on the agenda in last quarter next year, I think we have an excellent opportunity to do some critical shifts which are necessary in systemic approach if we want that circular economy would become a norm. I'm a firm believer that it would be necessary to set some materially related targets, because with that we would bring on the political agenda the questions related to material use, as well as the questions related to the demand side, and ask the right questions: who is actually with the consumption surpassing planetary boundaries and excessively consuming various kind of resources. The other thing which I would recommend is that we strongly focus also on the governance, because currently we don't have any doors on a global stage on which we would need to knock if we would like to get the reliable information, analysis related to the materials. International Resource Panel is actually science policy interface, so we are doing science, we are providing very good scientific insights into the reasons and facts why this would be important, but we are not somebody who serves the companies, who serves anybody in need, and it will be more and more people in need of the clear information related to the material management. It's definitely a symptom of the wasteful economic model, of the still prevailing linear model. But yeah, of course, when you create waste, you have to handle them well, otherwise you have the problem. So it is essential that we do understand waste not as a problem, but as part of the solution, and that we start to deal with them in that way. But the best waste, it's the waste which we do not create.